Hello everyone, welcome to another live hosted by me, Mr. Philly. We got a good one for you today, guys. Today we have mushroom truffle mac and cheese. Yes, it sounds as good as I think it's as good as it sounds. I hope it is. Anyway, well, it's gonna be. All right, so to get started, we got our mushrooms cooking up, obviously, and we just got a little bit here, so we're just gonna wait till it cooks up. Shouldn't take too long. They're gonna shrink rapidly. And think of it to remember about mushrooms is when you're ever using mushrooms for any recipe or just cooking mushrooms for anything that you're making, always add the salt and pepper after they're done cooking, because if you add them right away, they will dry out. I mean, because mushrooms sweat when they're cooked, so yeah, they're gonna sweat out all that moisture. So yeah, it's pointless to add any seasoning. So make sure wait until they're cooked. Actually, when you're making cooked mushrooms to your recipe, when you're using cooked mushrooms, make sure you add your salt and pepper or whatever seasonings afterwards. So yeah. I'm going to cook that for about 10 more minutes, maybe less, so they shrink a little bit. I'll turn the heat down on that a little bit. How's it going, everybody, today? Everybody having a good day? I am making mushroom truffle mac and cheese. And yes, it's as good as it sounds. Because I'm making it. Sorry, you hear them sizzle, that means they're cooking. And you hear that noise, you know they're cooking. And so I would have used a bigger pan, but I can't find my bigger pan. So we're just going to cook, after we're going to remove our mushrooms, then we're going to cook our sauce, our roux for our mac and cheese in here. So yeah, this should be big enough, honestly. So yeah. And this is only for, I think this recipe, the ingredients serve a family of 3. And this recipe only takes about 8 ingredients. So yeah, it's a very simple one-pot recipe. Well, excluding the pot when you're making the pasta in. And we're using pasta shells for this one, but you can use whatever shells you want for the mac and cheese. There you go. Now you get to see my skills today. Whoops. Wrong one. Boom. Oops. I'm still learning, I apologize. About to remove those. They look like they're about to be done. Wow, we got 30 on, 28 on mine. I don't think I've ever seen that many in one setting. Plate here or something. Give me a moment, guys. I'm gonna grab a plate. Alright, we're gonna remove all our cooked mushrooms. And now we're gonna add our salt and pepper. Like I said, you wait till after your cooked mushrooms are cooked before you add your seasonings, because otherwise they will dry out. So from sweat. And they're cooking. Alright, so we got that. Alright, so now we're gonna start with our roux. And for our roux, we're gonna start with 3 tablespoons of butter. Turn the heat up a little bit. Wait till our butter melts a little bit. Actually, let's turn that down low. And then for our roux, we're also going to need a tablespoon or 2. This recipe calls for 2 tablespoons of flour, but you know me, I like adding cornstarch because I think it's a much better thickening agent. Hello, Jacob. How are you? I am making mushroom truffle mac and cheese. It's as good as it sounds. I promise you. It's gonna be. Butter melts there. Thank you very much. Maxwell, nice to meet you. Alright, so now we're just going to start with a tablespoon, almost a tablespoon of, what do you call it? Cornstarch. It's a thickening agent. I'm just going to mix that around. And as we're mixing it, we're going to slowly add the milk. This requires 1 cup, I believe. Smells good already. Just slowly pouring in our milk for our roux. Just be a whole cup. And you can add more if you need. Thanks for the sub, though. Just gonna keep adding our milk slowly. That's the best way I can. Now I'm still learning roux, you know, making sauces. You know, to start with, sauces and roux. Still a little sketchy on them. Still a little rusty. So I just slowly add my milk as I go. Whatever liquid. That way I don't get clumps. That's the best way. Slow and steady. Alright, we got pasta shell's boiling, so we're about to turn the heat down on that. I'm just freestyling this, just measuring in my head. Alright, just a little bit more than good. As soon as this thickens up a little bit, we're about to add our cheddar cheese. And today we're using Parmesan. Usually I don't use store-bought prepackaged because usually prepackaged always has potato starch in it, and that does mess with the flavor. So you always use block cheese. Professional cooks usually use block cheese. Comes too fancy or cooking. Alright, I think we got a good roux going on there. We're about to add our cheese, and this is supposed to be a mixture of Parmesan and what else do you call it? Cheddar. You use whatever you want, so we're just going to use Parmesan and just a mixture of, I don't know, whatever yellow cheese I have in the fridge. There we go. Well, let's turn the heat down a little bit. Make sure you stir that in there well. And you get the damn package open. Now we're about to add our cheese, our Parmesan, that's our first half. Oop. Some more yellow too, cheddar. Cheddar too for flavor balance. This is a combination of white and cheddar. All right, give me a moment, guys. smells great. All right, now let's turn it down. Got our cheese there. Oh yeah, that looks beautiful, doesn't it? That looks beautiful. Our mac and cheese, our cheese for our mac and cheese. Alright, we're just going to let that sit on low, let it simmer for a little bit. I think we got a good amount of cheese and flavor in there. We're about to take a taste test, though. And see if it's as good as it smells. That's a great cheese. That's a great flavored cheese. Oh yeah, that's gonna be amazing. Oh yeah. All right, so we're just gonna let that simmer for a moment, and then we're gonna drain our pasta, or our macaroni and cheese shells, pasta shells, whatever you call it, while it's simmering. And if we need to, we'll add some water to that, just to get a little desired thickness or consistency. Said, you know, I'm still learning, trying to get better at making roux or whatever you call it. Trying to find that right, perfect consistency. Okay, now we're about to add our mushrooms back in there. There we go. Oh yeah, they're gonna be amazing. Oh yeah, look at that. Look at those mushrooms. Sauce. Doesn't that look amazing? Our mushroom sauce, mac and cheese sauce right there. There you go, guys. Look at that. That's gonna be amazing. Alright, now we're about to add that to our pasta shells right here. There we go. Oh yeah, beautiful. Make sure we incorporate that really well in our pasta shell. Oh yeah. It's a good thing we saved some of that pasta water, because that's how we're going to, for leftovers, bring this back to life. Save some pasta water if you want to bring your pasta back to life. All it takes is some pasta water and boiling. Oh yeah, doesn't that look delicious? Mushroom truffle mac and cheese. Trying to get the last bit of our, what do you call it? Sauce out of there. I'm a little bummed. Not much of a big crowd, but I guess it's also the weekday. People are still going to work. Oh, I get it. I think we got some good. about that. Pour some of this in a bowl, and we're about to take a taste test. Oh yeah, it's gonna be so delicious. I promise you guys. All right. All right, lastly, for extra great flavor, it's supposed to be the icing on the cake, we're using truffle oil. And truffle oil is one of those things that goes with a lot of. And for this one, I would suggest using a white truffle oil for mac and cheese. So just a little bit of truffle oil. Whoop, no more than I wanted. And also for extra flavor, if you want, you can add some breadcrumbs, which is what we are about to do. If you don't have breadcrumbs, you can also use crumbled up crackers, like Ritz crackers or whatever. Oh yeah. Truffle oil is a garnish. So anyway, all right, there you guys go. Look at that. Got truffle, a mushroom truffle mac and cheese taste test. All right, bon appetit. Oh my God. That's the only way I'm ever gonna make my mac and cheese again. Garnish with truffle oil and crumbled up crackers or breadcrumbs. Oh, and that mac and cheese sauce with that mushroom flavor. Oh my gosh, that is killer. Truffle oil was the icing on the cake. That's the next best thing. It's lobster mac. That is the fanciest mac and cheese I've ever had. Truffle, mushroom truffle, mac and cheese. Only takes 8 ingredients. That is 5 stars all day. Boom. Oh, excuse me. All right, guys. Well, this was a great recipe. Thanks for hanging out. You know, very great, simple recipe. If you want to find a recipe like to spike up your mac and cheese, perk up your mac and cheese, make it a little bit more fancier, then this is the recipe for you. The recipe will be in the description box below. Thanks everybody for subbing. Thanks everybody for stopping by. I really appreciate it. As always, don't forget to like and follow. And as always, happy cooking, everyone. Bye.